everyone, welcome back to Shelby on Safari. Today, I am pleased to be talking about my favorite Galarian Pokemon, Cramorant, and its real-life animal counterpart, a Cormorant. We're going to take a deep dive to see just how similar they are and discover some of their differences. But before we do, and you're new here and you want to learn all about animals in pop culture, captivity, or in the wild, be sure to hit that subscribe button and make that bell go ding so you can be the first to see all the new content. Now, let's get started. There's me and Dave. And yes, my avatar is wearing a Cramorant sweatshirt, or jumper as they're called. That's because Dave was the megastar in my final battle, and now he's hanging out with me on the Isle of Armor. Look at him flap. He's confused. You're not the only one, Dave.
In fact, stay tuned to the end to see who will win in the battle of the century. Dave versus a random Jigglypuff. You won't want to miss it.
Cramorant, the Gulp Pokemon, first introduced in Generation 8. Cramorant is a flying and water type. The Sword Pokedex entry states that Cramorant is so strong that it can knock out some opponents in a single hit, but it also may forget what it's battling mid-fight. Poor Dave. And while it's not known to evolve into any other Pokemon, Cramorant can change forms with its Gulp Missile ability. I haven't yet caught a shiny Cramorant, but even if I did, they wouldn't actually have a shiny Arrokuda or Pikachu depending on their form. And it's not yet been observed that a regular Cramorant could pick up a shiny Arrokuda or Pikachu either. So let's now meet the Great Cormorant. Literally, that's their name. Great Cormorants are found throughout Europe, Asia, Africa, Australia, and in northeastern North America. They are found in shallow aquatic habitats, such as the coast of oceans and large lakes and rivers. They live for about 11 years. As you can see, they are large water birds, and they feed on fish, which they catch with their long, hook-tipped bills while they're swimming underwater. Very similar to the Cramorant's ability. Cormorants nest on low cliffs around the coast, or in colonies in trees along lakes. Cormorants can often be spotted perched on a rock with their wings held out. While they're in this stance, it enables them to dry off their feathers, which are not waterproof. But isn't that a hassle not having waterproof plumage, especially as a water bird? Well, not necessarily, because this reduces their buoyancy, enabling them to dive even deeper to catch prey. While Cramorants have different forms, the Great Cormorant also has a different form during the breeding season, for they have a white patch on their thigh. The cormorant population here in the UK has been kept at a low level because of persecution by humans, and through reduced breeding success because of pesticide pollution. Great Cormorants are clumsy on land, but are fast and agile swimmers, which reminds me a lot of Cramorant. Great Cormorants propel themselves underwater with their feet, tucking their wings in and steering with their tails. Great Cormorants also are quite talkative. They have a wide variety of calls, and males tend to have louder calls than females. Great Cormorants will drink seawater and excrete excess salt through their salt glands. For more information, check out my video on the fairy penguin up here to learn exactly how that works. If Cramorant uses Surf or Dive with over half of its HP left, it will turn into the gulping form and have an Arrokuda stuck in its mouth. However, if they use Surf or Dive with less than half of their HP, they will turn into the gorging form and have a Pikachu stuck in their mouth. I think that's one of the reasons why I fell in love with Dave the Cramorant, because it was just so fun battling with him. And he'd just gulp up an Arrokuda or a Pikachu and then chuck it at the opponent, which also dealt damage, so it was a win-win really all around, because the Arrokuda and the Pikachu didn't get eaten, and we most likely won the battle. Dave has a pretty good winning streak, guys. Don't be fooled. However, there's another seabird that could have inspired the Cramorant ability, the Fulmar. The word Fulmar itself means foul gull. And even though they look like gulls, they're actually not. They're more related to the petrel family. Now, when I say baby bird, you might think, oh, they're quite cute. However, looks can be deceiving if you come across a Fulmar chick, because they repel predators in quite a stinky way. Very stinky. They use projectile vomiting. Fulmars spend most of their lives at sea, but these little chicks that nest on the walls and ledges of cliffs and in rocky overhangs live life on the edge. Any predators that try to snatch up these baby Fulmar chicks is in for a world of, well, disgusting oil. Fulmars have a part of their stomach named a proventriculus. This is where they manufacture and store a most revolting oil. And if a rat or a squirrel or even a fox try to get close to this chick, they will get a face full of it. It's a pretty deadly lesson to learn to not mess with a Fulmar chick. For if you're a predatory seabird and you get spat on with their disgusting, stinky oil, not only will you smell bad, but your feathers won't work. And if you try to wash it off, well, your buoyancy is gone, so you'll drown. Quite the brutal lesson.
Now is the time you've all been waiting for, the ultimate battle. Here's a perfectly random Jigglypuff. Let's see who will win. Speaking of Jigglypuff, if you haven't already, check out the episode on a real-life Jigglypuff by clicking the link up at the top, after watching Dave, of course, win. So Dave uses the move Dive to get an Arrokuda or a Pikachu. They could also use Surf, but I prefer Dive. Oof, that hurt. We didn't even get to see him use his Gulp missile. Don't worry, I filmed another battle, so that way you can see it in action, and just how fun it is to use in battle. It's always nice to miss an attack. And now here we go. Oof. No me gusta. Go on, Dave. Fire away. Woohoo! And there, my friends, is my buddy Dave.
I hope you've enjoyed looking in a little bit deeper at Cramorant and Cormorant. Let me know in the comments below if you've caught one in Pokemon Sword and Shield. And if you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!